Is she back yet?
This would be her. So, like I said, they just came. They came by the house.
Oh, I was gonna wait for her. I thought you told me it was okay to wait for her.
Right now, but she's gonna tell you the same thing I told you.
No worries. I'd like to.
We'll talk. You want to talk? We'll talk here together.
Yeah, no worries. Wherever you guys thought was best. They were fucking at you. Thank you, boy. You know, I prefer not to sit in the path where everybody is going to be distracted.
So that's the thing. This is.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I hear you.
we told you that the dogs.
Right.
There's not really much we think.
They're trained service animals. I know you said that there was somebody that made a complaint, but they didn't do anything to question their ability as service animals, right?
They wouldn't have the knowledge to question it. No one
All right.
knows all the ramifications.
I know people were making complaints. In fact, how are you? Are you the manager that I was waiting to speak to?
Like I said, she's gonna tell you the same thing.
I apologize.
She's gonna tell you the same thing.
It is good to see you again. It's been a while. Only when they were trying to invite when I was being distracted, there were people that was trying to invite play. I showed him the same thing. They're acting the way they're acting, but as soon as you and I were talking and they were behind me, as soon as somebody did come to try to, pay attention to them, they were distracted. That's exactly what happened. Do you remember me?
No, I do. I remember you.
For how many years? How many years did I come here with my service animal? How many years? No, we were never over there. No, ma'am. I haven't been in the gym yet. I've only sat here and only been to the shower. Right. And like I said, when I'm being distracted, and people come to invite play with them, they do. If somebody puts their hand out to touch them and stuff, they will start. But as you can see, they're not inviting play unless people are trying to play with them. I understand where you're coming from, and after I believe it was a good 8 or 10 years of being here, seeing you every day. And never having an issue with my other service animal that I trained as a puppy here. You know that I'm a very good trainer, and first off, just to even question the ability, the 8 years of training my service animal here in the building with you here alone should be enough to understand and say, you discern the difference that my service animals maintain under control and don't bother anybody unless people are trying to invite play. Now I know you had somebody over there that was distracting me and didn't understand that I was being distracted, and at that point when other people are trying to play with my dog, I can't correct what's behind me. I'm legally blind. I can't see that. And when I felt it with the leash, you're right, I tried to correct it, but at the point of not breaking my conversation or stopping talking, knowing that my dogs aren't being rude or hurting anybody, because obviously somebody's inviting play, I let the play go on, because watching the person I'm working with the little bit of vision I do have, knowing that their facial reactions isn't reacting to it as if it was a bad thing, I let it go on.
So to that point, would you admit that it is your job as your owner to make sure that...
Oh, of course. Yes, sir. And at no point, I don't believe at any point that happened and it wasn't able to be corrected right away. Or was it not corrected right away? And I apologize for causing problems with your guest. I don't want you or your guest to be mad at me or you for any of the decisions you had to make. You know, like I said, it just like working out, it's all about practice. And the last 2 times, which was the first times that they've been here, a lot of people have tried to say hi and pet them, and it was exciting. You know, even the time that I've been here now is what I've been trying to achieve to make sure that no matter all the other Planet Fitnesses, because I usually travel all over the country, I use the Planet Fitness, and I know you remember that. You know, as I'm gone and not here, and I come back and tell you about my adventures. What I mainly came and chose here, and I'm glad that you're the manager here. The reason I chose this place was because the amount of great service I had training my last service animal here. Now, like I said, without being able to practice, nobody's going to be able to achieve anything. And you can see my service animals aren't trying to do anything to distract anybody. Just like working out, if you can't practice, you're never going to get good at anything. And my intentions were never to distract any of your guests or cause any problems. Like I said, I came back here because I thought I would have the understanding. And I'm glad that you're still here. You must like the company. That's why I came back too. They're great people. I all over the country. I pop in, I do my thing, and I usually don't have problems. I apologize, you know, that I disturbed your guest. If necessary, maybe you know, again, and I'm usually good about trying not to be in here when it's really populated until I know that they're comfortable and they know the routine. They're guiding me to where I'm going and out of here. Because they don't want to be here that long. You knew the last dog. It was towards the end, she knew, trying to drag me out the door. You know it. I don't want to be here playing with your guests. All right. Like I said, it's a little overwhelming. We've had this issue. It was solved. I don't think it's an issue. The dogs, I was distracted. I apologize, you know. When I'm standing over there and I have my back to the dogs, of course they think they can get away with stuff. I mean,
No, listen. I want you to be able to have.
yeah, they're my eyes. They're my eyes.
And you need them. You understand what I have to deal with as managers?
I do, and I apologize. I'm sorry.
And if they are acting the way that they're acting right now, obviously they're never going to be in it. Because they're by you, but
And that's how they did for my other dog for 8 years.
I remember.
Of course.
Yesterday, the female that was working, talking with you,
I will.
whether multiple people were walking by and they got distracted, whatever it may be, yesterday was a really bad day.
I was getting frustrated myself with the situation because when I was talking to her, she didn't understand that I was trying to correct it and deal with her. And to discern the difference, you gotta say to them, you know, realizing I'm dealing with it, maybe try to distract that customer from distracting my dogs. I apologize. I'm not telling you it's your job, but understanding the situation, unless you want me to be rude to some people at a certain point, I don't know how to stop.
No, and the thing is
You know what I mean? I want them to be comfortable. I don't want them to think this dog's gonna jump on them and kill them afterwards. because they didn't walk up and put their hand in front of their face right away. You know what I mean? But there's that fine line of how much are you going to distract my dog and how much are we going to allow to get away with it? And I'd rather none of it be gotten away with at all. They act like this all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I usually train my dogs. She's 10 months, just turned 2. They train, they know the difference, they know what they're supposed to do, but I mean, come on, you guys, I'm sure I could trick you to be distracted with treats too, you know?
The other thing though is, I have to ask, were you recording earlier while you're having a conversation with one of the other staff members?
I am now. I didn't put any staff members in any videos. The way that they explained for being appropriate for recording in the gyms was as long as nobody else was in the videos and there was only myself or my personal things like that. You know. Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay. Is that
I didn't post anything negative. You know.
staff member?
Yeah, I didn't post anything negative. You know what I mean? And she's almost done being in her first heat. They're seeing how they're trying to get close again. They want to play bad. It's right now. It's more work for them right now to sit here as long as I have than it usually is any other time. And I would have, for the time that I chose yesterday, unless I needed a shower that bad, I would have chose to come back.
I want you to be able to come into the facility and you have the services that you need. I'm willing to let you try to bring them in, but if it had anything happen like it did yesterday, you have to understand where I'm coming from. I have to protect the facility and the rest of the members inside the facility.
Of course.
If you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, I have to respect that.
I understand.
Okay?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Like I said, I just wish she, when I was talking to her and I was getting frustrated, she understood that I was trying to, without being rude to your customers, say I'd rather them not play. I'm trying to work here.
No, they have
You know what I mean? Yeah, of course.
just like we do. So,
Sitting around there where everybody's walking up, they think if they're walking up to her. I'm trying to avoid it by, that's why I'm sitting over here right now. It is what it is.
by all means, like, don't get me.
You guys used to have, I was saying before, you guys used to have treats for me here. Because she was that good. She got excited to come around and say hi. And go, like,
But I understand they're in training. I understand you're in training now. Things may happen. But ultimately, they're here to service you.
yeah. Well, they're trained. It only takes 3 months of training for a service dog. But at the same time, when you look at how old the dog is, the first 3 years of that dog's life, they're really teenagers. You know what I mean? They know the difference, but I mean, my nephew knows how to drive, but I'm not giving him the truck every day. You know what I mean? All right, guys, come on.
I mean, yeah, the thing is with them in training, like, if that starts happening and they start getting in the middle of the way, it's
No, yeah. I don't, like I said, I'm not trying to invite it, yeah.
I don't want to keep you here any longer, because honestly, it's not possible.
She knows the difference. See, she's still begging. Come on, let me do it. All right.
But I also need you to do your part and make sure that you're not getting distracted as well.
Of course, yes, ma'am. That's why, like I said, when I try to, the last 2 times I came, the first time I came, each time they made me stop and wait there, and I knew, you know what I mean. I was trying to avoid it, but they wanted me to do the scan thing each time. My hands were full. I was fumbling things. All right, guys, that's enough. All right, thank you. I apologize.